Riding a wave is like riding a bicycle with a tailwind. I think it's difficult to master, but it makes the reward so much sweeter when you do catch a wave. So.
I just love being in the water. Love that feeling of the ocean, and it's just so calming.
It's the combination of a really thrilling sport, but also the meditative aspect of sitting out in the lineup and just not thinking about anything but calmly waiting for waves.
Like the time in life when you can really be present. Nothing else matters. It forces you to focus on the task at hand. If your stance is right, if you're looking in the right direction, if your body is pointed correctly, everything else flows from that really simply.
I started surfing when I was 15 or 16, and our first trip was me and a couple of friends going down to Portugal. I've been addicted ever since.
And I think you really need to know how I came about that. I started to surf because we had our first kind of like casual, it wasn't even really a date, but we got to know each other and went out for coffee. And he was like, well, my girlfriend has to surf, or otherwise this is not going to work.
Tried to start surfing many years ago, and this is actually my third time back at Surf Simply, and taking the opportunity to come here is it's a great kind of repetitive reintroduction to the sport and why I should spend more time doing it.
We used to scuba dive quite a lot, and we were always into water sports, and then we got a little bit bored of the scuba diving and thought we'd try surfing. So it was quite some time ago, and we'd go out for once a month for a surf, and never got anywhere. And then we decided to put some effort in, and we went every weekend, and graduated from the white water to the green water, and a decade or so later, here we are.
I went to Nicaragua to a surf camp with some girlfriends and had an awesome time. Didn't really learn anything. A friend and I were going to come here, and then COVID happened and she wasn't able to come, and long story short, I ended up here by myself. Learned more in the first day here than I've learned in sporadic surfing for, years.
We've been trying to learn for so long. It took us ages to get out of the whitewater. We saw the videos and we saw the people here that come and this is their first ever wave and they're catching green waves.
He wasn't doing very well, and I was like, well, you always speak about traveling the world, let's go and do it. With the surfboards, so we did we basically traveled to lots of surf destinations in a year, and I say, hey, let's try to go to Surf Simply early. I found their YouTube videos at the time, and it sounded like, oh, someone actually has the didactics down. So I was super frustrated. I wanted to learn surfing, and I was like, oh, they sort of seem to know what to talk about, and that was kind of like, it was like, Peter, we have to go.
The coaches here, they're all world-class surfers. They can, this isn't just a place for beginners. No matter what level of surfer you are, there's a coach here that can teach you things that you need to know. We had Gabrielle, and we had Rowan, and extremely knowledgeable, extremely patient, and motivating. Because that was one of the big things that I had was catching steeper waves, which means someone had to talk me into trying for those steeper waves and catching them.
I work mostly with Gabriel. He's really a good coach. He's really, he's very patient, and whatever I wanted to do, he was up for. If I wanted to try and get out the back, he'd help me get out there. If I wanted to stay in the foam, he'd stay in the foam with me. So he's really good.
I was with Ollie. He was amazing, super encouraging, really fun to spend time with, and just an all-around great coach and wonderful human being.
Jessie is a really good surfer herself. She gets excited very much for the whole, like all the technical aspects.
It's like,
of
we
the
love
teaching.
Jessie!
So I was trying to improve my hillside surfing, which has been proven difficult because I still take off only, or mainly on lefts. But on the lefts, we've been working on being much more aggressive, hitting the target, especially on roundhouse cutbacks, getting the maneuvers right and doing the right maneuvers at the right time.
We were working on functional stance this week, but we blew through that and we started right into different types of turns, as well as just maneuvering around in the whitewater. I got my first wave going down the line on a green wave this week, and I'll never forget that. That was brilliant.
Best advice that you got from Oliver this week?
Good, keep going, foot in the middle.
Woo! Just go for it. I don't know if he actually said that. That was my interpretation.
I had Harry this week, and Harry's great. He's very technical,
Big bottom turn. This.
and he's very good at just giving you the right script to follow. And for me, really, it's almost like back to basics. It was just basic functional stance, just weight positioning on the board.
I could feel it even just out in the water. I know I could just step back,
looking where I'm going instead of at my feet.
And lose the fascination with whatever's on the front of the board here. I think we just need to write that thing back like that. Don't look up.
Video analysis is a very good way of showing you the truth. You can't argue with it.
You get to see, oh, that's what actually happened. Not only was it a huge confidence booster, because I realized I actually did better than I thought, so that was brilliant.
What I really loved is how many waves they now have, and can be like copy paste, and then you can see both yourself and the good surfer. And then the good surfer goes back and hits the target, and the bad surfer kind of goes.
One more thing on the user technology. Love the new coffee maker.
And the hot tub.
The new resort, the layout's fantastic. It's just well planned, well thought out in terms of how communal space, the rooms are great, the kitchen, everything. It's kind of very open plan.
Kind of perfectly set up for the people to spend the time together, not just for everyone to be separate, which I find really nice.
You know, many things have impressed me. One in particular has been the sustainability. You know, they have recycling for everything. It's just, you can tell that sustainability is very important to the owners.
Yeah, Surf Simply always has a bunch of cool people, I find.
Yeah, it was a really nice week in terms of the people here. Like a lot of interesting conversations and just lovely people to meet and spend time with in and outside of the water.
Some of them are younger, some of them are older, but one common passion, which is surfing. So we're all here for the same thing. We're all enjoying the same things while we're here, enjoying each other's companies, having a few beers in the night, having a few laughs, and it's been a great group.
Oh my God, the food is so good.
Chef Dennis and his team, they do an excellent job. It's 5-star cuisine all week.
Dennis, the cook, thanks man. Bitchin' food.
The staff just seem so happy to be here, and they're obviously well looked after by management. It shows in the way they treat us, shows in their attitude to work from everyone. The chefs, the cleaners, the people doing the yard work, they're all enjoying being at work, and it's great to see.